Ah, how's it going, guys? It is Sunday, the 13th of January, 2013. Yeah. Um, Besides the president being a scumbag, dictator, everything in life is great, man. I don't let any of this um, take away from what I love doing, which is training MMA, having a nice, fit, clean diet, playing computer games. I'm a big gamer. I love video games, but I'm not like totally programmed um, like the sadist culture that plays Call of Duty all day. I love all games, even Call of Duty. I know what it's for, but I'm stronger consciously than to let anything like that take away my compassion for love of humanity. And I know you gangsters out there are laughing, but we'll see who's laughing last, my friend. WND exclusive. Detention prevention strategy goes national. Campaign organizes the pushback against Obama provision to arrest Americans. You're the enemy. Get it through your head, Americans. You guys that are signing petitions against the people signing petitions to secede from the United States, you guys are fighting your own people. All you racists out there, you're fighting your own people. All you people who gang up on the rich, who aren't even really rich, they're just above the middle class. The rich are the banker cartels that have ridiculous money. You're all being played off against each other by the mainstream media that indoctrinates you and domesticates you to be this little, uh, schizophrenic uh, spy. Like you're spying all the time and you're schizophrenic and you're just afraid. You live in fear, my friend. You're fear driven. All your decisions are based on your fear. By Bob Unruh. Bob Unruh joined WND in 2006 after nearly 3 decades with the Associated Press, as well as several upper Midwest newspapers, where he covered everything from legislative battles and sports to tornadoes and homicidal survivalists. He is also a photographer whose cinematic work has been used commercially. A national campaign has been assembled and soon is to be launched to push back against a provision in federal defense authorization law that one judge already has determined violates the Constitution by authorizing the detention of Americans. WND reported previously on the situation, which arose with the adoption of the National Defense Authorization Act at the end of 2011. Let me make this perfectly clear for you people out there. People like me and you out there who make YouTube videos and talk about the president for who he really is, and who are really trying to set the truth and trying to send the message out there to all you guys, we're putting ourselves in a lot of danger by doing that. The National Defense Authorization Act says that they can detain any American citizen without reason, without due trial, for no reason. They can secretly disappear you and put you in Guantanamo Bay. Your family will never know where you are ever and will never see you again. That is a law now. That is an unconstitutional law. It is by far, that is treason. That is high treason, my friend. That should be punishable by, we should put him in jail. We should be putting the president in jail for this, because people have disappeared since this thing has happened. WND, I just barely found this out, but when I did, it blew my mind. The guy that invented Reddit killed himself because of the government, man. He single-handedly fought PIPA, SOPA, CISPA. He fought all of the online battles, man. All the acts that the government tried to put on us last year, tried to taking away the internet and freedom of speech. The guy that created Reddit, his name was Aaron something. That guy single-handedly beat the government from taking our right to express our opinions on the internet. Because if they take the internet, that's it, dude. Whoever's asleep, you're not going to get woke up anymore. There is no way you're going to wake up if they take the internet away. And if martial law goes on right now, they're taking the internet, period. There's going to be no internet, like, one day. So you better appreciate this, what we're doing for you right now. It includes sections 1021 and 1022, which essentially create a new power for the federal government to indefinitely detain without due process any person. Indefinitely. That's little different than kidnapping, said a report from the 10th Amendment Center. One lawsuit is pending in the courts where a trial judge issued a permanent injunction preventing application of those two sections, but the case is pending before an appeal court now. The annual defense bill also was renewed just days ago with the same provisions included. Concerns are that the government will start using broad definitions about those who may have an interaction with terrorists and arresting and holding them. After all, the federal government already has described those people who support third-party candidates, conservative issues, oppose abortion, and are critical of special rights for homosexuals are potential terrorists. Now a campaign has been announced by PANDA, or People Against the NDAA, to build a backlash against the Washington power grab. Spokesman Dan Johnson has said organization is being supported by the 10th Amendment Center, Patriot Coalition, Freedom Outpost, Western Journalism, and We Are 1776, in the effort to restoring the Constitution. The goal of this operation is to stop the indefinite detention provisions of the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, in all 50 states across America by December 31st, 2013, he said. We are launching this effort for two main reasons. Firstly, we now have the network and resources necessary to push back against this encroachment by the federal government. The 10th Amendment Center, Patriot Coalition, Freedom Outpost, Western Journalism, and We Are 1776 are among others, are assisting us in restoring the Constitution nationwide. For if I were to write a book, and I'm not even that smart, people, but if I were to write a book that had to describe to you why the NDAA was necessary to put in by fiat by the by Mr. President Scumbag, then let me break it down for you. He put in the NDAA law so that he can because they were trying to take away the internet and freedom of speech. If they would have done that, they would have been able to declare you a cyber terrorist for spreading white propaganda, which is the good type of propaganda. But if you use black propaganda, like Piers Morgan, saying that that you don't care about the dead children in Sandy Hook if you're not giving your guns up, then you should be secretly arrested and put in Guantanamo Bay, where you're going to be tortured the rest of your life. I mean, it's really disgusting, dude. It's disgusting, and I'm not going to read the rest of this, but this is a really good article. You should go read it for yourself. Detention Prevention Strategy Goes National under WND.com, written by Bob Unruh. This is a very good, there's a lot of legislation talk in this, and if anyone is really interested in knowing about repealing the NDAA, then that is something that you want to look into. There are a lot of people fighting in every direction you look. Whether you're a freedom of speech person, whether you're a Second Amendment gun enthusiast, whether you're whether you're a farmer, whether you like to grow your own organic vegetation and you have livestock, there are battles on every front right now. The government is trying to take your rights away right now. They're not doing it by accident. They're trying to put us into slavery, like the ancient Egyptians were putting the Hebrews into slavery because they were afraid of them uprising against them one day. It's the same thing. The government has been caught shipping guns and drugs into Mexico. They have been caught dealing guns to the Muslim extremists in the Middle East. This is why they are doing this, because they have been caught with their pants down so many times. They're going to jail. They're going to go to jail. That's why they're trying to take away your rights right now, so that they can put you in jail. That's why the criminals don't want you to have the guns. They want you to be totally defenseless, so that when they come and put you in jail, you have no defense. You're just going to go. You're going to get duct taped and you're going to go. And that's it. You're going to get put on a bus and you're going to go to your local FEMA camp where you're going to live the rest of your life. I mean, this isn't a joke. I'm not trying to make satire out of this. I'm not really trying to make fun out of this. I'm not trying to be right. I want to be wrong. But I read the news for myself, and I have to warn you, because morons like Piers Morgan, who get a huge platform to talk nonsense into your ear every day, are telling you lies. And they're telling you lies because they're working for the corporate whore military-industrial complex that they love and worship. I mean, it's a game. The rich are looking out for themselves and even playing themselves off against each other. We're all in this together, even them. But they're driving the plane into the mountain with us on it and with them on it. And they know that. You can't have your own cake and eat it, like Alex Jones says. You can't have your own cake and eat it. They're driving us all off the fiscal cliff.